We have Lauren Rhoda back with us again this week. Lauren loves to chat about all things parenting and family related, and we so appreciate you taking the time, Lauren. I know you have such a busy life, so thank you for joining us once again.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you.
Lauren, I want to talk about some things that I often see you posting about on your social media, and two subjects this time. We'll break them down in a minute, but one is teaching your kids to swim at an early age, and the other is chiropractic for children. So we'll start with the swimming part of things. Why is it important to teach your kids so early to swim, and how do you even start with the resources, especially in some communities they don't have swimming pools or lessons or things like that? So how do you go about getting started, and I guess at what age do you recommend that you get your kids into the water, something different than the regular bath?
Right. Okay. So there's always the common thread that swimming is important for safety. And I absolutely agree with that. We live on the lake. So our kids knowing how to swim is super, super important to us. And all kids that are going to be visiting, we want to make sure that they know how to swim well. And water is powerful, but so it needs to be respected, but it's also really fun. So we want our kids to know, okay, respect it and learn how to swim well in it, but also have fun with it and don't be scared of the water. So that's a big reason why. And what we started with my oldest daughter is watermellow swim. So if people want to check that out, they can. And we took online swim lessons in the bath. So that's where it's great to know that you can actually start in the bath, and you can start as young as a few weeks old. And it's actually incredible what they learn. My daughter, who is 3.5 now, every time we are at the pool, we get complimented on how well she swims and how confident she is. And it truly is from having those few bathtub lessons and then just taking her swimming ourselves. And now that I have those skills, I can do it with my son, who's almost a year, and same thing. He's so happy to just submerge in the water. So you start from literally going in the bathtub with your kid and doing cup submersion. So pouring water over their head and teaching them breath control. And people might be laughing right now, but truly these babies learn breath control and they know how to do it, and it's fun. So then when it comes to diving under the water, it's just fun for them. So I would say as early as possible, it takes away the fear part and just gets them on board learning the skills.
What are the benefits to having your child being in, not just obviously in the water early, but to learn the techniques that are needed? I know you alluded a little bit to the safety and respecting of the water. Is that kind of the biggest thing, just to make sure that they know how to, I guess, when they're ever in a situation in a swimming pool or a lake, that they feel confident?
Yeah, for sure. The safety and the confidence, but also just a confidence builder for life. I also should point out that I love it because it is one of the things where it's the most present you can be, especially with your kids, because, you can't be on your phone in the pool. So in the pool, we're just fully present with them, engaged, having fun. So it's also a really nice relationship building thing to do together too.
Well, the next thing I'd like to chat about is chiropractic for kids. And I know that you have experience taking your children to see a chiropractor. And some people might be a little unsure when it comes to young children. Why did you decide to go? And I guess, how did you do the research, Lauren, to know where to take them and what to expect?
Yeah, so I think when people think chiro, they think popping and cracking and those kind of adjustments. But what I do is Webster certified chiropractic. So sorry, that word. But that's why I shortened it to chiro as much as possible. So that's what I was doing pre having kids and then during my pregnancy. So I was right on board with getting my kids to do it as well. And I saw so many benefits of kids going as well. So it's very, very gentle. Almost when you go, you're wondering, is anything even happening? But it's a lot of tapping, and when you're watching babies do it, almost like gentle hugs and massages. So it's really gentle, and I can only speak for myself, but safe, I find, for my family. And there's just so many benefits to it. Like, especially when we're talking about babies, a lot of people will say, oh, my baby has colic. And colic is because there's something going on that your baby's trying to tell you about, something that's making them uncomfortable. And chiro will often resolve a lot of those issues. So whether it's stomach issues, issues with bowel movements, issues with sleeping, all of those things can be resolved because it's focusing on resolving anything going on in the nervous system.
How do you research and find the proper chiropractor for your children? I would think this is something that you want to take some time to explore for sure.
Absolutely. So I'm very picky with this. And when we move, it's always a discussion with my previous chiropractor about how we can find someone that is doing the things that we want and has the kind of natural mindset too around how they're caring for kids and pregnancy and all of that. So I do have an expert interview again on my website. So I'll share my website later, and it's from a chiropractor, and she is fantastic. So she shares all the why, how, and what. But on there, there's also the link that you can look at, ICPA, the number 4kids. So ICPA4kids.com. And you can type in your area, your postal code, your zip code, and it will tell you ones that are Webster certified, so what I'm talking about, and more gentle minded in that regard. So those would be my first two places to start. And then I would say to go have a consultation and make sure that it's what works for you. Because as we've talked about with the natural things, even my chiropractors, I'm hoping that they're using natural cleaning products and those kind of things around my kids too.
All right, Lauren. Well, it's always a pleasure to speak to you. Thank you so much for joining us. And once again, before I let you go, can you let us know where we can find you on social media and on the web as well?
Absolutely. So it's laurenrodickeverly.com, and all my handles are Lauren Rodick Everly.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Lauren.
Thank you.